Yasha. 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 Oh, I gotta pee real quick. Hold on. Hold on. If you're having girl problems, I forgot yours, right? Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Hold on. Actually, let's flip this over. Well, whatever. Get the chat up. Let's get the chat up. Okay. What up, Anthony? What's good with you? Hey, my internet's right today, so we're gonna be reacting. Let me give you some. We still gotta watch Ultra Vegito. We still gotta watch Ultra. Where my headphones at, actually? Ultra Vegito. Make sure all my shit right. I'm doing fine, man. You know, I'm just out here. I'm trying to get to the stream stuff, man. I got the internet right so we can react to videos tonight. Oh, shit. How you doing, though, Anthony? The other one? You talking about the one that was the bigger? Oh, we can watch that one right now. So, Ultra. Uh, verse. Verse. All right, I'm gonna show you my screen real quick. Hold on. Which one? Okay. Oh, the one with like the. Okay. I was wondering. Okay. Not the Jorge. Just the okay. The one with 2.7 million. Yeah, I'm assuming. Yeah. 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 Views. Okay. First one. All right. Cool. 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 All right. We can watch that one right now. So I'm waiting for people to load in. Otherwise, let's get to the fight. It's cool. It was like a video game. Okay. Okay. Hold on. All right. Hey Jorge, I mean not Jorge. I read the. You're not Anthony. Yo, did you like the reaction, like how like other like people that stream reactions, like the videos full screen and then I'll make the little box, or you rather have it like how I do with my videos. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know, Anthony. Dang, but it's a good day, man. Make the box screen. Do you love those? Okay. All right, bet. I don't know what to do, but let's see. Make sure they see the whole screen. A lot of people are different, so you never know. Hold on. Man, we streaming today. Come on. Oh, we gonna fix it. We gonna fix it. Give me a second. All right, we here. I'm gonna try the bottom right. Make sure I'm in the screen all the way. Make sure I turn my camera. Okay. All right, we about to get into it. Hold on, hold on. Let me start recording. All right, what if Ultra Instinct Goku versus Ultra Ego Vegeta? Anthony, let me know if there's anything lagging, because it was lagging real bad yesterday. So if it looks good, then let me know. Let me know. When I play the YouTube video. Without transforming. Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah, Doom. My fault. Let me explain it real quick. Yeah, I got the Ethernet adapter, which is I didn't know they had an Ethernet adapter for your laptop, because sometimes some laptops don't have the you plug Ethernet cable in, and so I had an Ethernet adapter. Unplug my PlayStation from Ethernet from my PlayStation, because I'm not on my PlayStation, so you know. Oh, so the quality gonna be gas this whole stream. Yes, sir. Okay, you got the oh, and my Ultra Instinct Goku shirts are coming in. Okay. Hey, you wanna know anything about anime shirts? I got me a few of them. I got a bunch of them. Yeah, dude, we gonna watch that Ultra Vegito for sure today. The internet looking good. You gotta finish. Okay, here we go. We need to see them spar, bro. They need to bring the anime back. We need to actually see them spar. Or the manga back at least. I'll take the manga. You gotta bring the anime back. A little bit? Let me know, let me know. Let me look. Look at it. It looks pretty clear on my phone too. Hold on. It is lagging. It is definitely lagging. We were like 20 minutes in. Hold on. It's like it's lagging a little bit to make sure everything's connected still. Oh, we're not done. Okay. I don't know. Should we react to them at the beginning? Let me make sure my internet looking right. Okay, we good. What do you think? Should we react from the beginning? Only when the video. It's only when the video play when it starts lagging though, which I hate. Okay. Let's see. Let's talk about it. We start from the beginning. Cause I don't remember the beginning anyway, so I kind of zoned out when the internet when you got told me to start lagging. We start from the beginning. They fighting though. Yeah, I see it's lagging. Shit plugged in. Hold on. I'm sorry, y'all. Trying to get this shit right for y'all. Hold on. I can see it's lagging on my phone. I wonder why they did. Maybe there's a video to watch or something. How to. Let's see. Maybe something I gotta do. Hold on.
OBS Studio. Go over to your settings and advanced and change the process priority to above normal or high. This will make so your computer will process OBS Studio over other programs. My fault. OBS Studio. Go over to your settings and advanced and change the process priority to above.
Settings and okay.
Normal or high. This will make so your computer will process OBS Studio over other programs on your computer.
I think we got something.
OBS Studio. Go over to your set.
Let me see the comments. We're gonna go with high. Hold on, we might have did it. We might have fixed it. Let's see. We're gonna go back. Hey, look, I'm just a beginner streamer. Please bear with me, y'all. Please. Hold on. All right. Hold on. What the hell? Man, play the video. Hold on. Talk to me, chat. Talk to me, chat. Hold on. They going at it though. Hold on. This. Hold on, chat. I don't see no lag. I don't see no lag. Dude, that's the beauty of the internet, bruh. It took me 5 seconds to look that up on YouTube, bruh. 5 seconds, and my shit stopped lagging. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Damn, with the Super Saiyan form? Hold on. Yes, sir. Yeah. Now the video's just lagging. What the hell? Oh, okay. Maybe high is too high. I got it on high on the priority. Process priority. Let me go to above normal. I don't high. Let's see if that works. It's lagging a little bit. Hold on. Let's see. how it looks. This fire, and this fight is fire. Now, I might have put it back on high. Hold on. Yeah, never mind. Okay, bad. Yeah, I gotta put that bit. Yeah, above normal's not working. Hold on. Pause the video. Goddamn, it took like 3 hours to pause the video. Oh, yeah. Okay, we good. Yeah, it's just above normal, and that was it was just what's on above normal. So high is the best way to go. I ain't gonna lie. I might need a new laptop though too. This laptop is a few years old. Or get a whole. I gotta get an actual PC. Nah, this fight hard though, Ant. Damn. Oh, not the Susanoo. Not the Susanoo. Oh shit. Okay, I got more. Not the Spirit Bomb. Oh, hey, I got one more video after this. Can you react to Goku versus Vegeta God tournament? God Destruction tournament. Sprite animation part 1. Look at how long that is real quick. If I might watch it real quick and then we gotta get to that. We gotta get to the Ultra Vegito. I mean, we're gonna watch it. We're gonna watch it today. And hold on. Damn, Vegeta. Hey, boxing. And those, oh, how good is that Ultra Vegito series? Ultra Vegito is fire, fire, fire. Top tier, top tier, top tier. You know, you can tell you put a lot of work in it. You know, video's long as hell, but it's good. It's really, really good. Get it like you always do. Yeah, Kakarot. Got the sound gone. What the hell? Down yeah, I had it. Yeah. The sound going on purpose? Am I tripping? Oh yeah. It gives you like a old. It gives you like a what's that old Dragon Ball game that was on the Game Boy? I remember playing that. Okay, the sound back. Vegeta. Okay. That was on purpose. That was on purpose. Oh, Vegeta got the dub? God Tournament Fire. We could probably watch that real quick, and then we're going to get into Ultra Vegeta. Hold on. That was fire, though. That was fire. That was fire. Hold on. Let's see. Hey, don't laugh at my typing skills, y'all. Yeah. Yeah. What a tournament. Oh, God versus Vegeta. God versus Vegeta. Vegeta getting cooked. I ain't gonna lie. Vegeta getting... You talking about this one right here? Let me know. Oh, it's 31. Oh, we ain't watching it. If it's 31 minutes, we probably gonna go to Ultra Vegeta. Which one you talking about? Yeah, tournament. Let me know, Ant. I don't even know. I don't see no other one. Maybe if I put in sprite animation. Let me see. Oh, it's the only one. This might be it. Goku and Vegeta. We just watched that one. Hold on, I'm about to say this one. Hold on, I'm about to watch that one later. Hold on. Let's see. I don't know. I haven't seen it. Okay. This one, Goku versus Vegeta Sprite Tournament. Tournament Sprite. I don't know. Send me the creator or wherever the YouTube. It's not there? Okay. That is weird. Who made the video? Send me the creator. Yeah, I don't see nothing. That is weird. That don't pop up. Gohan versus Broly on Beerus Planet. If not, we can go. Yeah, I don't see. Son Goku met Jesus Christ. Let's get into like we don't get into Hey, it's ambulance. Okay. I was scrolling. Let me see if we can pop up. Where's Vegeta? I don't spell Vegeta, guys. Chill out. Ultra Vegeta, Ultra Instinct, blah, blah, blah. If Goku met Jesus, I was laughing at that one too. That's funny. Yeah. Goku met Jesus. We gotta watch that after Ultra Vegeta. You're right. Which one? Am I tripping? Goku BS Vegeta. How you want to do this? But I mean, blue Sprite. Nah, this can't be it. Boku Red Dragon Ball. But dang, you think it'd be on the front page? Let's see. Let's click his page. All right. Episode 8. Let's go to the playlist. Hold on. What the hell? All right. Episode 8. Yep. I don't know. Let me see.
Make sure to like, subscribe,
That ain't it.
and share.
What the hell?
You'll be my next time.
Okay, here it is. Am I tripping? Let me go front page again.
Do you like badass animations about Dragon Ball?
Maybe a link. Send a link. Let's see. Am I blind? Am I not seeing this? I feel like I'm blind right now. Hold on. Oh. This? Did I find it? Goku versus Dragon Ball EE? I don't know. Okay. All right, I'm blind. Sorry, I guess. Bear with me. All right. Shout out to all y'all pulling up for the stream too, man. Keep up. Let's talk to them. Are you good, Ant? You good, Ant? ain't no flash. Here we go. Okay, Kaioken times 2. What the fuck is Vegeta doing? Look at Vegeta doing a spirit bomb. Look at Vegeta, man. So inspirational. So inspirational. I'd rather see Vegeta do a death ball. What the hell? He went to absorb it. Again, just chilling. Okay. Well, Vegeta about to do Ultra Instinct. They about to be nasty. Hell no. You're not Ultra Instinct. Ego, right? No, he's Ultra Instinct. Oh, shit. Okay. Okay. That was cool. That was cool. Oh yeah, next time I'll definitely react to part 2 of this. Definitely. Hold on. Definitely back to part 2. But it's time. That was fire. I like seeing. I like Vegeta with Ultra Instinct. It's funny. Hold on. But it's time. Oh, now first episode right there.
So our story begins with Vegeta on the their horns vicious and skulls adorning their
I'm reacting to. Yeah, I'm gotta react to the whole thing because I still gotta post this for the regular reaction.
on Patreon alone. And now you can click the link in the description and pinned comment of this video and do it yourself. And to watch after this.
Oh yeah.
Again, links are in the pinned comment and description. Enjoy.
So yeah, I gotta do this for the regular reaction because I get a lot of views off this certain reaction. So I gotta watch the whole thing again anyway. So it is what it is. But oh shit, it's gonna be a little different than. Hold on, I gotta do my beginning of the video real quick. Hold on. What's up? Your boy Demo Damutopia here, back with another video. You could be watching this with me, you know what I'm saying, right now as you speak. Because I'm, well, probably not as right now as you watching this video, because I am live with, you know what I'm saying, we got like, what, how many people in here? About 200,000 people in here? Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, I'm watching this live, and you know, come join the live. When I'm live, come join. You know, I'm gonna be watching these videos live, react to these videos live now, for some of these videos live now, and yeah, we're gonna get into it, man. Let's go.
So our story
I'm a little box now.
continues with a lifeless body of Ultra Vegito, laying motionless and near soundless, a stark contrast to his once vibrant self, now lying hauntingly silent.
What's up,
on the
YouTube?
cold
Look, they saying, what's up, YouTube? I gotta figure how to get the
exhausted from his
comments
battles
onto the
and
screen
trials that he faced
so they
in
can
the
see it
last
too.
few chapters, especially from his most recent climactic showdown.
But yeah, Doom, my boy Doom in here. He said, what's up?
Having sapped every ounce of his vigor, with closed eyelids, hiding eyes, once filled with fiery determination, the consequences of that fierce battle become clear. His defeat all but confirmed now. And amidst this silence, an indication of his weakening state becomes prominent as a foamy stream of saliva, thick and persistent, trickles slowly from the corner of his mouth, accumulating into a small, sorrowful pool. Woo! Dai, you won! That was so fun! He nearly had you for a while. I was worried. As meanwhile, the Omni King would be up in arms, wholly overindulged in excitement after witnessing the greatest battle he had ever seen in all his eons of watching over the multiverse. Worried for me? I'm flattered, my lord. But you did seem to cheer on our little friend quite a bit. Maybe a little too much. As Dai, now seemingly back to full health and stronger than ever, having absorbed all of Vegito's Lucif-infused energy, just as he had threatened earlier, would stand with demonic energy still trailing and leaking out of his 2 crimson diamonds. Oh, I was only playing. It's just that he had so much green energy. He kept his promise. As Zeno, none the wiser about the slight changes in Dai's appearance, would then look back to the fallen god killer and question, so, now that the game is finished, are you really going to send him away?
Yeah, nigga.
Or are we keeping him? But nonchalantly, as if completely unconcerned now with the mortal who had just given him such a great fight, the angel would just turn his head looking around at the surroundings and say, I think I'd rather let that Saiyan suffer a little more after all he's done. A quick death would be no justice. Besides, don't you think we have some more pressing matters? Look at this place. It hasn't been this bad since the first multiversal tournament. Before Zeno would reply to Dai saying,
Little bro said, nah,
oh,
I'm
yeah.
playing.
You guys went really crazy during that last bit. I guess I never stopped to look around to see what it was doing. To which Dai would just reply,
This nigga Zeno really don't give a fuck
"You
about the
truly
multiverse. I ain't gonna lie.
fixated on battle, aren't you, my lord? Have a look now. As when we would pan around, the level of destruction
You just wanna see a good
would
fight.
be real. With there being all but a small fragment left in one piece of the once vibrant divine mushroom. With no palace
People talk
anymore
about
left
Vegito is the
inside.
villain, or the Grand Priest the villain.
That's not good.
This the villain. This the villain. This the villain of the whole this whole story, man. I'm not gonna see.
To which Zeno, finally realizing, would begin to reflect on the
This nigga's-
consequences of his game, inquiring as a sweat drop would fall. If my palace is gone, where am I sleeping tonight? Where am I playing? This isn't good at all, Dai. Before suddenly, something even more important would come to the childlike deity's mind.
What's
As
up?
he would say, oh, and where is my throne?
I don't know.
That's my favorite chair. I didn't even realize that that was destroyed as well. But in response, the father of all angels would seem hardly bothered, as quickly raising his blackened arm into the air with a smile, he would comfort the Omni King. No need to worry, my lord. I built this place once many years ago, and I can build it again. Most likely, several times faster, with the way I am now. Before zooming in on his face, as his countenance becomes shadowed by a growing light, he finally would then let out, behold! All things this damn
Wait till
mortal
you see some of the
ruin
villains later
will
on.
be reset.
I'm looking forward to it.
Starting with our realm, just the way you remembered it, my lord. And indeed, from the palm of his dark hand, a bright, all-encompassing divine light would shine in all directions, almost hiding the destruction and flaws of the surrounding landscape. As a giant blast of this holy energy would then shoot straight into the heavens themselves, as everything from the land to Zeno, and even the God Killer included, would then be lost completely within the flash of light.
The flash
Until
of light.
nothing would be seen anymore for a few deathly silent minutes until, just like that, the entirety of the divine mushroom on which Zeno's entire realm
Oh, we gotta watch
surrounded
Unreal-
and his
Unreal
palace
Gaming.
sat upon
gotta
would
finish
be
that story.
revived completely with no sign of damage, as if birthed from the soil just moments ago. And of course, in the middle, at the very top, the Omni King's abode would remain. On the battlefield, no more sign of Dai, Zeno, or Vegito.
Oh, Vegito.
I take it you're pleased, my lord. Everything should be as it once was, including your beloved throne. Leaving Dai now pleased with himself, seemingly within the palace walls, pointing
I wonder why
towards
Dai's still
the
looking
back
like that.
of the building, where the throne would be brought back to. As the now overjoyed Zeno would commend his angel attendant, saying, "Impressive, Dai. You weren't kidding. That was way faster. It's just how it used to be. You even made my throne cooler." Huh? Your throne? But just as Zeno would mention a somehow different throne, Dai would be quick to look, and what he would see would absolutely shock him to the core. What in the name of Akubel? As when Dai would
It's
look
wild
from
how
a
you weren't
distance,
halfway through the story.
not
I think it's been
only
around
would
4
Zeno's
years.
chair be visible several times larger, black and red in color instead of gold and purple, the colors
You'll see
of
why he
Zeno,
looks like that.
but
Alright.
adorning each side would be a pair of devilish wings. And when we would zoom in, its ominous appearance would seem even
I've been-
darker,
Like I said,
ornamenting a
the fact-
fleshless skull with dual horns.
it is
and
crazy.
short
I should be farther
does not
along because
belong
it had
to
been
any
some weeks that I skipped
ordinary mortal.
throughout the year,
Just
throughout
what
the
has Dai created
starting the story. So,
and for who?
but
Whoa! I wonder how it feels.
I gotta really. If I put like 2
regardless,
episodes a week,
the
most definitely I could probably get to the
Zeno
story
would run
by the
to
end of the year
strange
for
chair
sure, or
full of
get caught up by the
intrigue.
end of the year
His
easily.
eyes and mouth
Or-
wide open.
yeah.
As the closer he
Easily,
gets, he would
easily.
yell, "Whoa!"
Or get pretty far
it's
in.
even bigger up close. Dai, this is. Before then jumping quickly onto the seat and carrying on.
Or before that, before the end of the year.
So cool!
Look at what kind of chair is that?
Oh God, looking completely out of place, would then scream to his angel attendant in joy, despite how dwarfed he would now appear from the sheer size of this ominous throne. What is going on here? But even with the initial
They don't give
harmlessness
four
of the
fucks.
situation, the idea of Dai making such an unexpected mistake to create something so deliberately detailed would leave the angel bemused, as he would wonder internally. In all my years, I have never experienced something like this. That design. I created that monstrosity.
No rush though. Diddy's
But
gaming chair.
how? Before Dai would then look deep
That is
into
Diddy's
the black
gaming.
palm of his own hand.
Take that, bad
Finally
boy.
remembers
Come
the
sit down, playboy.
changes that he's gone through, commenting, "It must be Lucif's energy. It will take some time for it to return, to its original angelic state.
Okay, take some time.
But how is it causing changes without my consent? As while he would look closer and closer into his palm, he would open and close it just to re-verify his control over his own limbs. But while Dai would be worrying, Zeno would curiously have a sad face despite his cool new chair. And after looking over at the God Killer, he would say to the attendant, "Hey Dai, so what about Vegito now? You're not really going to get rid of him, are you?
We got to get rid of
That was
him.
so much fun. The most fun I've had in so long. I really like Son Goku. Don't you think we could do this again one day? Another show?" And as if clinging onto this final hope to be spared,
More Vegito.
would briefly begin to open his eyes and try to listen in. My lord! But ultimately, after all he has been through, this would be the last thing the Grand Priest would want to hear or discuss, as trying to keep his
Diddy's
cool
chair ignoring
as the
his shit.
redness encroaches
Most
over his
definitely.
face, Dai would begin explaining. "The mortal before you, my lord, if this creature had managed to best me in this game of yours,
That Diddy chair
if he
will
had
have you start
managed
calling
to
niggas
kill
daddy
me,
and shit.
he would have brutally killed you next. You understand that, right? This Vegito is no Son Goku. And Son Goku is not who you remember." To which the naive Zeno would just mutter, "Son Goku wanted to kill me?"
Yeah.
Before in a quick, immature turn, the small child would just smile and yell, "So what? I can protect myself, you know. I can fight.
Can you
I'm
fight?
just never allowed to. I probably look really cool when I do too. Cool like Jiren."
Oh yeah, I remember that
As
part.
immediately, the truly delusional, vertically challenged god would then imagine himself in complete Pride Trooper uniform, the same build as a certain Jiren the Grey. My
Nigga really pictured himself as Jiren.
lord.
That's crazy.
But on hearing this, Dai would instantly get second-hand embarrassment, face-palming, as he would explain further. "Allow me to remind you, my lord, there is a reason why, unlike most gods, you walk around with not just one angel attendant, but 3, and at all times. You know already the structure of the god hierarchy on our realm. How destroyers travel with their very own angel. Angels who far surpass them in power, yet are bound to follow their orders. Because just like you, destroyers have the ability to erase any angel with their Hakai.
Oh.
But in actual battle power and fighting prowess, they are mere children in comparison. They are the angels' students after all.
Right.
These angels, however, by the law of the higher gods, are sworn to never attack their destroyer nor disobey, under the ever-persistent consequence of instant erasure. Just like that poor fool, Whis, experienced not too long ago. And the same
Dang, you talk about that about your
applies
son?
to you and I, and the gods you once had. Your power is near infinite, able to erase entire universes, let alone just me. But when a threat approaches, from wherever it is mine and the gods' abilities that will stand in your place and deal with any physical danger. You are as vulnerable as you look, my lord, and for the safety of the multiverse, I would implore you to remember that. Before raising his hand once again into the sky, with a smile,
Okay.
the Grand Priest would add, fortunately, such dangers never truly reach your feet, however. With protectors such as me and the gods, you live a life of true protection. And there will never be any risk of your harm while we are around. Which is why, next on my list is to recreate Z and S.
Oh,
They won't be the same two we know, but with my new powers, I'll be sure to make their successors twice as powerful.
it's just powerful. It's crazy.
Before with another almighty flash of light, the area around Dai's hand would begin to unleash an unyielding shining luminescence once more. Twice as strong. As immediately, Zeno would be left to then look on in puzzlement as two energy formations would begin to contort and take shape into what would presumably be an all-new and improved ZNS. Ooh, they certainly do feel way stronger. Strange. As looking from side to side, the lights would get brighter and brighter, with
The lights were
even
too
the
bright.
Omni King being able to detect just how strong these two new guards would be. Whoa! Cool! As in a truly unbelievable and unsettling scene, the miniature Dai would stare on at two new guards, but ones who do not resemble Z and S
What the fuck?
in
Them
any
niggas look
way.
strong.
Not even in color, as the two horned giant warriors would be drenched in red and black armors, their horns vicious, and skulls adorning their belts that match mysteriously with the one attached to Zeno's strange new throne. Just who and what has Dai summoned? What is going on? Who are they? They look like... This turn
Some
of
Lucifer.
events, of course, leaving the Grand Priest more shocked than anybody. His eyes simply not being able to conceive what he is looking at, as he immediately realizes these are no divine gods of his making, but more of the demon realm.
Yeah, Die, what you got going on, Die?
Dai? Are these really Z and S? They aren't saying much. While are now slightly
They do
worried
look clean,
Dai,
though, I ain't gonna cap.
getting a little scared by the cold, dead stares of his supposed guards, would form a sweat drop as he would address his attendant for insurance until... In a shock transition, the previously silent and unmoving statues of guards would immediately make a move each suddenly, cocking back their powerful fists and turning towards each other, straight for the skull of the small Zeno in the middle of them. Neither uttering a sound, but their killer intent would paint 1,000 words. Lord Zeno! No!
I see who they are way later.
Get away, you demons! As the one true angel, the sworn protector of the Omni King, would then launch into action, rightly so, his super speed, potentially allowing him to save the childlike god just in time. At least that may have been a possibility, if
Here
not
it
for
comes.
Dai suddenly then finding himself frozen still.
Dai, you can't control your brother,
Yet
man.
familiar black lightning would then suddenly cover Dai entirely. What is this? Move! Leaving the lightning-clad deity now just forced to watch, unable to do a thing before. Zeno! All he can do in one final shout is yell out the name of his lord. Dai! What's happening? As Zeno, in his last moments, would just panic, never having been unprotected like this, and never having been in such a position until... Dai! You did this!
Oh shit.
Until ultimately, all that would cover the screen now
Oh,
would be an
shit.
explosion of blood. A god's blood. Like a watermelon being crushed in a press. And though
The hell
we
just
could
happened?
not see this violence ourselves, as the blood of Zeno would splash straight onto Dai's face, his look would say it all. Zeno! This cannot be real!
It's really me.
As with his eyes wide open, a crackle in his voice, as his entire being would start to tremble, he would only be able to think, what did I do? Did I do this?
Oh shit.
As finally, the major consequence of harnessing all of the devil's power from Vegito would turn up. As within Dai's consciousness, Lucifer would be alive and well. For some reason, now talking with an air of confidence, as he would continue.
Look at what you just did, my dear little brother. Wasn't it your sworn oath to protect him? Didn't you create those gods who just annihilated him? Look at him die. Look at him.
Is Zeno really
And
cooked?
in a shocking sight, we would then see what was left of the Omni King. His head completely
Oh.
exploded as a volcano of blood shoots out of his frail body. Still in a sat position,
Oh, not
the
my
youngster
nigga.
god
Oh.
won't even have time to react. Almost like he just expected for his guards or die to protect him as always.
Oh. Not my nigga Zeno. Hold on, let's get it back. Hold on, let's get back into it. Take like 3 hours to fucking.
As soon enough as the two demonic guards tilt his throne, as if not to stain it with Zeno's blood,
Plot twist incoming. Hold on, what we talking about?
would be tossed off onto the ground like a mere piece of trash. Zeno! And even Vegito, seeing this, would be so full of shock.
That nigga
even
Vegito,
he
he's so irrelevant right
find
now. What the
some
hell?
energy deep within to express his ultimate surprise at what would be going on around him. Lucifer, you did this, not me. But The shocks would continue to come to the poor angel, as soon he would realize his body was in the process of disappearing and erasing before his very own eyes.
I didn't do anything, Die. This is your body, remember? I'm merely your hostage, as you so often kept telling that mortal. And what you just did with your body was go against your god and kill him. You know what that means for an angel, don't you? You just explained it to him moments ago. Instant erasure.
No! And
Oh,
as this would
shit.
happen, in full view now, taking over
Instant
his body
erasure?
in sheer
For killing
disbelief,
Zeno?
as his whole being falls
Yeah, I was
apart.
shocked. I was expecting my boy
Guy
Zeno to
would
get
only
cooked that
question,
easy.
How could you control me? No demon can control the pure heart of an angel. It is written.
Pure heart. Just how deluded have you become?
You are not pure-hearted,
Over the
Grandpa.
years I've been away, little brother. Have you not realized? You have grown to become even more evil than I.
Shit.
As Lucifer, now just beginning to giggle demonically, would revel in his siblings' destruction. As Lucifer, now spreading
Oh,
his
shit.
arms in Dai's final seconds of life, would just continue.
Krillin.
Tell me, brother, just how
How Krillin make an
many
appearance,
horrors
nigga?
do you think you have committed against that mortal over there? Let alone countless others in your time. You may be many things, Die, but pure of heart is not one of them. Neither of us are. We're birds of the same feather.
It's a little closer.
You, all along, were the true vessel for me. The evil that secretly grew within the multiverse to
Everybody
harm
felt it
my
too.
return was never the God Killer. It was always you.
Oh, shit. Talk to him, Luce.
As behind the demonic overlord, memories of the atrocities Dai himself had committed and condoned, all would be shown in full view. And now, with a defeated tone, as he finally leaves this realm for nothingness, Dai's last whisper would be... I was the vessel! Before eventually now being completely erased away, and only leaving behind the two shining bright diamonds that existed on his forehead and chest. Both a violent red, polluted by the very energy he had taken from Lucifer, which ultimately would remain behind, given Lucifer himself was no angel attendant of Dai. And it wouldn't be long before the demon-filled objects would begin to transform and merge slowly with one another, slowly taking shape and expanding as various limbs would sprout forth. A demon eye opening, and a certain muscular body then beginning to finally set foot back on the
Oh, there's the
mortal
part two.
realm,
Okay.
and for the first time in millennia.
Oh, shit.
Oh, how I missed this.
As finally, the return of Lucifer,
Oh,
the
shit.
chosen devil of the demon realm, returns back to the land of the gods and mortals. Free at last, and now with nobody left at all.
Hey, Lucifer
to
versus
stop
Raijin, who winning?
All thanks to Ultra Vegito, the God Killer, as he would now stand in his full, hideous form, dual-horned, dual-demon-eyed, with splatterings of lesser eyes all over his body. Eyes which one can only think belong to his strongest victim.
It is finally done.
Oh, shit.
As Lucifer, now taking awe at his physical manifestation, observing his muscular vein-filled arm, would then talk to the only other being left on the battlefield, saying,
You've won, Vegito. Your mission is complete.
Shout out to Vegito.
All gods who forsake you are now finally dead. How does it feel?
as on hearing this proclamation,
That was pretty
this
good.
truthful proclamation, Vegito's eyes would burst even wider than before, his heart racing as he battles with the idea of his quest finally being over. But at what cost? As he would mumble, Lucifer, he's back! What does this mean? Was this his plan all along? But Vegito wouldn't be the only one confused, as only soon after, Lucifer would notice something change in the environment and atmosphere,
What
commenting,
What's this now? Die! Did you prepare some sort of trap for me?
as when we would get a look at what Lucifer would be seeing, the surrounding area
I'm about to see the
have
coolest
gone
way to start a
dark.
new season.
As continuing his confusion, a bright yellow energy would then soon begin to emerge from above, as if from thin air, creating a giant pressure that pushes down on Lucifer. With his level of power, it would hardly even make a difference to him.
Okay.
As suddenly, with a huge roar, in front of Lucifer would be Zalama,
Oh.
the eternal dragon of the Super Dragon Balls, now seemingly summoned on the instant of Zeno's game being over, and the victor being chosen as Vegito. But Lucifer, who seemingly cannot even remember why the dragon would be involved at all, would just look to it nonchalantly with his arms folded and think,
Zalama! What madness is this? Don't tell me. With all the gods gone, this dragon god is their last chance saloon at defeating me? How pathetic.
But just as Lucifer would rashly begin to think the great dragon had appeared as some kind of opponent, Zalama's eyes would flash immediately. The kind of flash which grants a wish. Before just like that,
Damn.
the dragon would turn back to energy and separate into 7 different directions, taking the Super Dragon Balls, which made up its being, to all over the multiverse yet again.
A wish? What for?
Leaving the Demon Lord stunned, as he would wonder what the purpose of Zalama's appearance would even be.
That was a wish granted.
Energies! I can sense their energy! Go on! Goten!
Oh, Earth back.
Trunks! All while Vegito nearby would immediately know what had just happened, as almost as if having been subconsciously searching for his fallen son's energies ever since they died, the minute they would return would be the minute Vegito would immediately detect their presence. As suddenly as if Zalama also gave one additional parting gift to the God Killer, Vegito's damaged, exhausted body would then find itself being coated in a mysterious yellow energy similar
Vegito.
to the dragon. His legs, his arms, then his head and torso.
Fully
Until
healed.
finally, with his whole body covered in this healing aura, Vegito would once again struggle to his knees, not completely re-energized, but just enough to perhaps escape and fight another day. As Vegito would comment, "That dragon, that god, helped me!" Before quickly following the wish, a view of planet Earth would be visible once again in its full blue and green glory. Huh? Whoa! We're back! Gohan, what happened? I don't know, Mr. Piccolo. Huh? Trunks? That was weird. You can say that again.
Yeah.
As in a truly jaw-dropping scene that we have all been waiting for, along with Vegito. The Z-Fighters are finally brought back.
Yes, sir.
And revived. Their destruction at the hands of the destroyers finally undone after over a decade.
My boy is back. My people back. He did it.
Definitely back. Zalama. He stayed true to his word. And back with the God Killer, despite the return of Lucifer, a smile could only form on his face, as he would now regain balance and be on the verge of getting onto his feet. But not before Lucifer himself would notice the energy-clad mortal rising from practically death's door. As with a confused look initially, his arms still folded, you would think.
Now what is this? The dragon appears, and now the God Killer is back in high spirits?
Yes, sir.
Something has gone on here.
You gotta get your ass whooped.
Oh, I see.
Before with a smile and closing his eyes, it would seem the demon would finally realize what had just happened.
What happened?
Commenting,
That little wager they had on the battle. If I remember correctly, if Dai was defeated, a wish would be made to bring back all that were erased. How cute. Good for him. A fitting reward for bringing about my return.
before Lucifer would then swiftly turn around and start walking away, saying ominously under his breath,
A shame. It will only be short-lived.
before eventually we would see his view of his target, The
Somebody gotta take
throne,
Lucifer out.
which we now know was also designed by him, along with the two guards that now act as his servants.
Oh, he made those. Okay.
As before we know it, the great demon would finally take his seat.
My, how I have dreamt of this feeling!
What a
Finally
feeling!
sit above all as the Omni King!
As taking his place on the throne that once belonged to Zeno, comfortable, like he had always belonged there. Lucifer, the chosen devil of the demon realm, would now successfully stake his claim as the new Omni King of Universe 1 to 12. The reign of the gods may be over, but an entirely new nightmare, far worse, has just begun.
Now, time to make this place feel a little bit more like home.
Make it feel like
As
home.
suddenly,
You want some
without
fire
warning,
pits or something? What you
the
want?
giant demon would then lift his hand into the air in a similar fashion to his late
I
brother until... Suddenly, coated in a dark red aura,
Okay.
Lucifer would blast into the sky a massive beam of energy that would blast through the ceiling and out of sight into orbit, all with an insidious smirk. Lucifer, what are you doing? And as the entire scene would turn tinged with red, Vegito included, the God Killer would shout out, wondering what the purpose of this strange attack would even be. And as we would look from afar, outside of the
He pulling a
divine
boo?
mushroom, like a virus spreading, hundreds, if not thousands of energy beams would shoot out all over and past the ends of the realm. With Lucifer just continuing to blast with a smirk and saying, "What am I doing?" I would have thought the answer would be obvious, considering just how many times these gods tried to warn you.
What I'm doing, Fragile Saiyan, is bringing this realm under the control of its new ruler. And first order of the day is annihilation of all you pathetic mortals.
Oh shit.
What? Instantly shocking Vegito as he realizes quickly that just after bringing his family back, they would now be under grave
Yeah,
danger
Vegeta, you can't catch a break, huh?
once again. As looking on at planets far off in different universes,
Vegeta cannot catch a break.
some of the beams come shooting down from the sky on a familiar planet. What is that? As we would then see the panic face of a Yardratian, watching on as several beams crash to the ground, creating a sphere of raging red aura that doesn't seem to fade until... slowly, a dark foot would step out. And once fully made out, what would be seen could only be described as a low-level demon. Fresh out of the demon realm, but not just that. Behind him, several others would follow. An entire army of endless demons invading Yardrat. And the same would be said for all planets all over the 12 universes. As all over the multiverse, mortals would be set upon by these dark demonic creatures, slaughtering them by the millions, just as Lucifer had commanded. A bloody war
really
had
just took
now
all them
just been
universes
waged
out, the
on
planets out.
all mortals, and one seemingly far worse than any the gods Vegito fought so hard to get rid of ever would have brought upon them. Huh? And unfortunately, what would be happening all over the multiverse would not leave Earth immune. As Gohan, suddenly in the midst of his shock of his return to the living world, would be first to sense the impending danger that he would now face. Guys! Behind you! As warning the rest of the Z Fighters, Gohan would quickly turn, and in front would be yet again hundreds of energy beams filled to the brim with demons ready to take over Earth.
And so, it begins.
As Lucifer, with a dark and devilish confidence, as if this
I
had
wasn't
been
asleep.
planned for centuries,
Oh.
would go on to say to Vegito,
Vegeta ready?
I must really thank you, God Killer. Now that
The devil has made it from the demon realm to the mortal realm. An untold blasphemy. The barrier in between the two realms has finally broken. Being the ruler now of both realms, this will allow me to fuse the two. And with no members of the five strongest left to watch over the demon realm and prevent their arrival, I can finally bring my little friends over to keep me company.
Oh shit.
Thank you for everything.
before Lucifer would then slowly lift up his palm to face Vegito, another eye hidden within, as he would callously reveal,
But though you have my thanks, it is time you were sent down to where an evil like you truly belongs. After all, there can only be one God Killer in this realm.
Oh shit.
as immediately, like the realm had a mouth of its own, a dark portal would open straight under the legs of the unsuspecting God Killer.
Don't let it happen to Vegito.
Yusuf, don't do it! As Vegito, himself sensing where this would be taking him, would immediately begin falling, unable to escape as the portal seemingly sucks him down with ferocity and nullifies what little energy he even had left. Damn you! And within moments, all our hero would see is pitch blackness all
Oh,
around,
shit. What the
falling to
hell?
what could possibly be his ultimate death, as the small portal behind him would then eventually close for eternity.
What a cruel end! But no different to how I met mine all those years ago. Fear not, God Killer. Maybe in a few million years, repeat history and come for my head as I did Zeno's. I'll be waiting.
Oh, so you trapped him?
Lucif would then turn to his guards and swiftly command,
Come, let us get away now from this damn mushroom. This is no place for an Omni King, let alone a devil.
And just like that, all three,
Oh, he
including
disappeared.
the throne on which Lucif sat, would vanish completely, leaving behind nobody on the once land of Zeno. And for a while, as expected, there would just be silence over the area. Silence until where Vegeta once was, where he once drooled out a frothy saliva, the liquid would begin to subtly move about,
What's going on?
beginning to separate and then eventually split into two globules of spit that would then begin to expand, growing and growing until, shockingly, from Vegeto's spit, just like he initially
and
spat
Goku.
them out in the Pyramid of Power, and in the final battle, Goku and Vegeta would reform and exist in the mortal realm once more, even if Vegito no longer does. There may be some final hope for the multiverse after all, but the question is, will they wake up in time?
Are they fighting?
We
Okay.
would hope that they would, as when we revisit Earth, it would already be a total battlefield. With Piccolo, Gohan, Tien, Krillin, Yamcha, Chaozu, and even the fused Gotenks fighting
Oh,
off
they fight for
an
their life.
endless army of demons, which seem to be coming non-stop.
Chaozu.
For now, their powers are able to defeat these levels of foe. But with their sheer number, eventual fatalities would be inevitable. Leading to Piccolo, in his wisdom realizing this, and yelling, Gohan! There's too many of them! We need to regroup at Kami's lookout! We shouldn't make the same mistake twice! No, Mr. Piccolo! But Gohan defiantly, now the pseudo-leader of Universe 7's forces, after his role in the Tournament of Power, would just reply, the Earth was only just brought back. These people have been through enough.
True.
I'm not letting them get destroyed again by these freaks too! Guys! I think we have more trouble on the way! But interrupting, it wouldn't be long before Krillin would notice the arrival of a strange black portal opening in the middle of the battlefield. Large in size, big enough for more than just one new opponent to walk out of. As eventually, a lone
That hit?
foot would begin to emerge. I don't like the feeling of this. This one's strong, Gohan. As Piccolo instantly, sensing the danger, would then get into fighting stance. Fear not.
That's it. I knew. I saw the.
Universe
I saw his
7.
his kicks.
As shockingly, emerging from this strange portal would be Hit, the assassin of Universe 6, walking out of what must actually be a time portal, given his secret acquiring of a new time ring a few chapters ago. As he would address the Z-Fighters and continue, I have prepared reinforcements for this eventual moment. You can thank Son Goku and Vegeta. As suddenly, two more pairs of feet would then begin to emerge.
That
One's that may be familiar to us,
Trunks?
but thoroughly unfamiliar
Vegeta.
to the warriors of Universe 7. What? Those are... But regardless of their
pulled up?
eventual arrival, Piccolo would be left completely stunned with who and what he would see. As finally
What the hell?
revealed out of the time portal
Oh.
would be none other than King Vegeta.
What?
In a Super Saiyan 4 God form. And Bardock, equipped with a mysterious blindfold. Two warriors familiar to Call Me Arch subscribers from the VE universe.
Oh.
But these two warriors would not actually be from there, but instead from a timeline that Vegito had visited in the past. One where, if we all remember, he had imparted the knowledge
Alternate timeline,
of
okay.
the Saiyan transformation.
What the fuck?
As King Vegeta, looking on at the surroundings and destruction, would just comment, so this is where that Vegito fellow came from. Hard to believe. A Saiyan could grow so strong on such a weak planet. As Bardock
on my
with a
shirt.
smile would say, I don't know. This seems like a nice place to live. I wouldn't have minded sending Kakarot or Raditz here. At least, they would have been safe. But the arrival of the two legendary Saiyans from an alternate timeline
Okay, we got Bardock
would
and
ultimately
King Vegeta.
be cut
Okay.
short,
That was random.
as the scene would now take a dark twist to a barren and lifeless area. Never before seen in the UV manga. Red
Oh,
sands
okay.
coat the
remember that.
landscape, and
I
thunder
do remember
crashes
that.
from the sky among the
He went
dead
to timeline
trees.
to kill Frieza from
It
King
would be
Vegeta and
unclear
gave him Vegeta's.
why we would
Okay.
even be looking at any of this until suddenly, bursting from the ground like a dead man rising, a gloved hand would emerge before a dark-haired figure would struggle his way out little by little before... Lucifer, this is not over!
Oh shit.
And with vengeance on the God Killer's face, once more, Ultra Vegito would be revealed. Still alive, but in a new foreign land. The land of the demon.
Oh shit.
But that was it for today's video, guys. And if you made it this
All right. Shit. Okay, check out. Shout out to. Hold on. Shout out to Call Me Arch for this video, man. This was fire. This was fire. You know. This is okay. There was a lot going on. All right, it was a lot going on. So my mind's kind of everywhere. So shout out, man. Check out the last video right here. Check out another video I like right here. And yeah, catch y'all next time. Peace. All right. Season 2 of the Demon Realm art. Okay. God damn it. What should we get into now? I don't know what. Tell you, I ain't gonna lie to you, Doom. I don't know why I fall asleep doing these videos. Cause these videos be kind of hype for real. I think it's his voice. I think he got like a soothing voice. I don't know. Maybe pause, but I think he has a soothing voice. That's what it is. To where I'm like, if I'm like already tired when I'm watching the video, I think I just kind of just start dozing off, man. I think that's what it is. I'm gonna chop it up to that. What we usually watch. I'll be here watching Unreal. People in the chat, we still here? What's good? What's good? Hold on, let me check. Hold on, let me see where we at. I got 4 people watching. Shout out to all the 4 people in here. You know what I'm saying? Watching and stuff, man. Let yourself be known, people. Let yourself be known. We do need to watch Unreal. I need to do a Unreal reaction. I'm really behind on Unreal. And we'll go from there. We'll go from Unreal. We'll go from there. We'll both watch part 2 of Anthony's video too next time. Why can you react to part 2 of this? Okay. Yeah. But we gotta watch Goku meet Jesus too. Or we gotta watch Goku meet Jesus. Hold on, where we at? Grandma's Mysterious Evil.
Since it isn't going to be as easy as you may assume for it to be, Vegeta.
I think I was on this one. Let's see.
Use at long last has the final hour in my relentless efforts to reach and obtain these cubes, and finally being able to go and see what lies.
I think let me make sure before we start watching Unreal. We're definitely behind. Yeah, this is the one. 7. Yeah, we on this one. We gotta watch Unreal. Feel like that's it. All right. Should we watch the Dion video too? I don't know. Alright, Beyond. Okay, hold on. Start recording. That's for the channel as well. Beyond Dragon Ball Super, Demon Guy Roger betrays Toro. All 3 configuration cubes collected. Damn. Okay. Alright, that tells a lot in the title right there. So we better get into it, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. And y'all could be watching this live with me. You know what I'm saying?
As our story now continues, following the initial events of Kibi being shown to traverse throughout the canyons within the demon realm in hopes of having to go and find a safe enough sanctuary to go and hide the final configuration cube, to which despite with Kibi's efforts now being shown having to come up short in trying to navigate his way through, was when Kibi then went on to quickly respond, "Oh darn it, another sealed off entry point where it leads to nothing more than just a dead end. Oh darn it, but I can't just go and quit now because I have to go and keep trying," Kibi says, and especially while I'm still able to go and mask my energy along with the cube's radiance, so that way I'm not spotted while I'm down here searching. And so, just where exactly am I supposed to go now if almost every single entry point and every cave system had already been sealed off by the higher ranking demons and preventing them from being used? I've got to go and keep trying here because the fate of the entire multiverse is now resting on my shoulders here. And so now instead of having to go left again and having me circle back around while now knowing that there isn't going to be any access points that I can reach, Kibi says, there must be something that I can go and find here on the right side, which I'll need to go and hurry and make this fast before. But then it was only just within these very moments now from out of nowhere as the elite demon Zoro went on to appear by grabbing Kibi by the throat, was when Zoro went on to then further address Kibi by responding, "Oh no you don't, and just where exactly do you think you're going while appearing to be in such a hurry like this, demon? Masking your energy, huh? Now I wonder as to why that is, because would you go and take a look at that? For it would only now appear as though we found what Lord Raijin had been looking for this entire time, and what do you
boy got
know?
caught up.
Of all the places within the multiverse
Zaru.
that this final configuration cube could have been within, it only just so happens to now end up here with you. And why is that, Kibi? For how could you, of all creatures, possibly go and manage to get your hands on one of these relics that our ruling leader had been after and searching for this entire time? Well, I'll tell you why, because the answer should be more than obvious by now, and that is simply due to the undeniable fact, after having to now catch you within the act itself, Zaru continues, that you are a traitor, Kibi, a traitor that
Oh,
will not
Kibi,
go
don't let him talk to you like
unpunished
that.
until the time is right, Zaru says. And since your luck had just ran out while standing before me and having me go and witness these acts with my very own eyes now, not only are you a traitor among your very own kind here, Kibi, but you are also attempting to try and ruin Lord Raijin's vision of absolute domination across every plane of existence, which I will now personally go and make sure that you are to go and suffer greatly for, demon. And so now give me the cube, with Kibi responding, Wizard Zaru, wait, for you don't know as to what it is that you are doing here, for we mustn't go and allow for Raijin to seize this final configuration cube, because there's no telling on what he plans on going and using them for once he has all three within his possession. And because I was able to go and see that with my very own eyes as to what his intentions are truly all about, he isn't who he claims for himself to be here, Zaru. As you've got to try to understand that, because once Raijin goes and is able to get his hands on this final configuration cube, then there is no telling on what is going to happen with the rest of us while we're down here. And so you've got to just try to listen to me, Kibi pleads, for we mustn't go and allow for Raijin to go and lay claim over that final cube, and that is simply because if he does, and if Raijin is able to go and
Boy, Raijin
access
about to
a
get
level
all
of
them
ascension
cubes,
that
boy.
goes far beyond his current status, then, well, there is no telling on what is going to happen to the
camera
rest
look
of
like
us
that.
if he
Okay, I'm
chooses to
tripping.
sideline our services, Kibi continues, which is exactly why we can't let him go and lay claim over this cube, because if he does, then he will more than likely destroy us all, Zaru. And so now understand that you are nothing more than just a pawn to him, for he doesn't care about anything other than realizing his own selfish vision and wanting to rule over and annihilate everything within the process, including his very own. And so you must listen to me here before it's too late, Zaru.
You about to say
Zaru responding, you traitorous little rodent, how dare you go and speak of Lord Raijin in such
Damn, Leash.
disrespectful ways, demon? For I knew that I couldn't trust
Not
you
my
as
nigga
far as I could
Leash.
stand to go and look at you, and what do you know? For you have also happened to be carrying the final configuration cube that Lord Raijin had been looking for as well. And for what purpose was that for?
Come on, nigga,
demon?
we all choked
Why?
up.
So that you can go and try to hide it from Lord Raijin? Was that it? Well, your lies, along with whatever fantasy you had in claiming this relic for yourself, ends here by my hand, Zaru continues, as you will be judged and ultimately destroyed the very moment Lord Raijin goes and finds out about what you have done to go and try to keep this from him, you little worm. And so just you wait. But then, it was only just then, within these very moments now, elsewhere within the demon realm, as Raijin was then shown having to choke Whis and sensing something, was when Raijin then went on to quickly say to himself, wait a minute now, for could that energy signature be on what I think that it is? Because if it is, and if what I am able to now sense that is coming from deep within the canyons of the demon realm are to be true, then that must ultimately mean that this angel here was never truly in possession of that final configuration cube of mine, because if it
Damn, he
was,
fucking Whis
then
up.
why am I able to now go
Why
and
he gotta
sense
fuck
its
Whis up like that?
presence
Whis, I
within the
guess,
confines of
damn.
the demon realm that
Whis really the
stretches
hero.
far into the outskirts of the rocky lands beyond the canyons. If this angel here was the last known being to go and carry its scent with him before our battle had even started here. Oh, but of course, now I see Raijin then proceeds to throw Whis off into the distance. For this must have been your doing, angel. Angel, but no matter, as I will go and deal with you later on, once I am able to go and lay claim over the final missing piece to my ultimate and grand puzzle. And so now don't go and get too comfortable here, Whis, as I will be back in just a moment, and so don't you dare even think about going anywhere here in the meantime. To which it was only during this time when then having to go back to Zaru and Kibi as Kibi was trying to plead with Zaru was when Kibi went on to then quickly utter, Zaru, you have to just please listen to what it is that I'm trying to silence. Zaru then quickly went on to then shout, for I have heard all that I could stand in possibly having to go and hear from you, you lying, backstabbing little peon. And so now because
peon
of
is
this,
crazy.
prepare to go and face your doom. Now allow me to go and intervene here for just a moment by taking this time to go and get this off of your hands here. Raijin then suddenly appears before Zaru and Kibi by then quickly responding, since none of you are worthy or even deserving enough to be anywhere near such a relic, but at long last, Raijin continues.
Did this nigga pull up like Janemba?
For this very day, but now I can't help but wonder on
Who
why
is this nigga?
configuration cube was within your possession to begin with, demons. And so I'm starting to now wonder on how this little cube here went from being within the angel's possession to now being within yours. But no matter, Raijin continues upon now being shown throwing both Kibi and Zaru against the wall, because one way or another it is thanks to you that I now have all three of the ancient configuration cubes within my possession. And now that I finally do, it's time that I go and take this moment to personally assemble them so that I may finally go and get the answers to the questions that I've been longing for. But worry not, Raijin adds, for your efforts in bringing this final piece of the puzzle to me will not go unnoticed, fellow demons, for you had went and had served me well, Zaru. But while I no longer favor to go and stick around here after now having to finally acquire what it was that I have been searching for, you can now rest assured that I will no longer seek in having to use you after this. But since we are already here, then we might as well go and get as much out of this that we possibly can hope to get our hands on here, isn't that right, Zaru? And now that you have given me exactly what I have been searching for and finally having me lay claim over all three of the ancient configuration cubes, Raijin continues, at long last has the final hour in my relentless efforts to reach and obtain these cubes and finally being able to go and see what lies beyond on the other side of our known reality has come. And to ensure that nothing goes wrong this time, Raijin continues, I will leave you to your business in finishing this demon off here once and for all, Zaru. To which it was only just upon with Raijin being shown having to now take his leave in returning onto his God King mountain was when Kibi went on to then address Zaru by quickly responding, there, do you see? As I tried warning you that Raijin wasn't who he wanted for all of us to believe that he was, and yet you still chose to not believe me. But even despite with all of that, are you going to go and believe me now? And as
This
he
nigga
never
is
truly
pulling
meant to
up
help
like
us here,
Janemba.
Zaru, for his promises of great power and glory was only ever meant to be for him, and from there only allowing for his lies to be what lured everyone into absolute submission, which was exactly what he ended up getting by the end of it all. And so was I lying now, Zaru? And as I tried telling you that he wasn't one of us, but none of that matters right now because his theft of the final configuration cube only proves that he never truly intended to shape anything
did
with
fuck
us
up
in the
Zaru.
first place, but to only rather go and exploit and discard of us once we have went and served our purpose here in doing what he wanted for us to go and do for him, Zaru. And so we'll need to go and hurry and try to stop him immediately, because if we don't, Kibi continues, then chances are that Raijin is going to destroy everything. Don't you get it, Zaru? Our home, our people, even our future, Zaru. And so please now just understand in having to go and help rally the others before Raijin seals our doom here. And as we don't have a whole lot of time on our hands here, and so we'll need to have to go and hurry. Oh, enough already, for how could you be utterly certain that Lord Raijin was our enemy from the very beginning here, Kibi, Zaru questions. For how could I know that perhaps your mind hasn't already been twisted by what that Saiyan named Goku had already told you by now? Because I know that it was you who had went and covered up for him when I exposed you to Lord Raijin the first time around. And so how could I go and trust what you are saying to be fully true here, demon? For he was eagerly hunting and going after those cubes for a very long time now, and so perhaps he had grown impatient of its delivery and simply wanted to go and speed up the process upon having to go and sense it down here. Which I say that to simply say this because I refuse to go and believe that Lord Raijin had been against us since the very beginning here, Kibi. And don't forget that if it wasn't for Lord Raijin, then you would be nothing, and you know it, demon. And so don't go and lose sight of where you come from or who you belong to, because the answer should be more than obvious, Kibi, with Kibi responding, "Oh, are you insane, Zaru? Wake up and understand that what just took place here wasn't out of sheer coincidence here, and deep down you know what I'm telling you is the truth here, Zaru. And
Come on,
whether you
Zaru.
want to go and believe it or not is entirely going to be up to you, but I'm not just going to stand around here and watch as that monster goes and grinds us into the dirt in the name of having to go and build and die for his empire, Zaru. For I wouldn't go and be telling you all of this if I didn't already know that it was true," Kibi continues. "And while you may find it hard to believe, you've got to try to understand that we mean nothing to him, Zaru. He never truly cared about any of us here, Zaru, because all Raijin ever wanted was to ensure that only he could remain in power this entire time and nothing more, so that only he could go and maintain control over everything and everyone. And while you may not believe it within this very moment, Zaru," Kibi says, "then I want for you to go and think about all of those who we have lost along the way in waging this senseless war on his behalf. And while you are right about what it was that you had mentioned when bringing up that Saiyan mortal Goku, it still stands to reason that he wasn't wrong with what it was that he was trying to go and tell me, because even you had seen it just now for yourself, Zaru. As Raijin only wants what is beneficial to him, while ensuring that it happens at the cost of his own people, at the cost of our lives here, Zaru," with Zaru responding, "Oh, so you did in fact come in direct contact by having to involve yourself with that Saiyan mortal Goku after all," Zaru says, "as I just knew that it was you, and so why exactly should I go and trust a traitorous little
Zaru, he
rodent
just whooped
like
your
you
ass
after
for no
everything
reason.
it was that you had just said to me, Kibi," with Kibi responding, "Well, if it makes you feel any better, then allow for me to also go and tell you that I was the one who had helped set that mortal free before Master Dubo had went and taken the fall for me when you had brought me here before Lord Raijin to be executed for what I did. And do you want to know what else, demon? He was right," Kibi continues, "for the Saiyan was right about everything it was that he had mentioned to me, and since I was able to go and see it for myself, I'd rather go and perish on my feet than ever go and continue to serve as being just another one of Lord Raijin's pawns here, Zaru. And since we don't have a whole lot of time on our hands here, if you truly wish to go and make a difference out here," Kibi continues, "then you will go and warn off the remainder of our army and go and call our warriors off while they're still out there. And that is simply because why should we go and continue to serve as pawns here when everything that we have forged here was done by our hands and not by the hands of Raijin, Zaru. And so if you truly plan on joining me, or if you truly wish to go and try to stop me," Kibi continues, "the choice is ultimately going to be yours to make, but I'm not just going to stand around here and let that monster step all over us like we're nothing more than just bugs beneath his feet, when in fact we were the ones who had helped elevate Raijin into being where he currently is," Kibi shouts.
Yeah, I did do that.
And so if you are truly going to plan on making any kind of a move here, then you better hurry and make it fast, because now that Raijin has all three of those cubes within his person, we'll need to hurry and go and act upon our instincts now before it's too late. And so please just try to come to your senses in order for you to see that what I'm telling you is the truth here," Kibi adds, "because if we don't try to go and do something to stop him from using those configuration cubes, then not only will he go as far as to destroy all of them, but he will also wind up in having to destroy all of us along the way as well, which is exactly what he had wanted, and so we'll need to go and hurry." But then, it was only just within these very moments now elsewhere within the Demon Realm, as Toro was shown in fact having to still be alive and surviving Goku and Vegeta's attack, was when Toro then went on to quickly respond, "So the two of you thought that you would go and be the only ones around here with the ability to use foreign energy as a means of having it serve as a barrier of protection now, did you? Well, two can go and play that game, you worthless useless little insects, and if you truly think that I'm going to be
That nigga
just
call y'all
as easy to
insects.
destroy as the others were, then you are in for a very rude awakening, with Vegeta then having to be shown chiming back in. Well, that's just great, for it hardly went and had any effect on him at all. Which only now goes and tells me that he must have done what I was shown in having to do when I protected us from his attack by using the Demon Realm's essence and dark energy as a shield against his blasts. But now what do we do with Goku responding? Well, it looks like we're all out of options here, since he appears to still be able to do the same thing that you were shown in having to just do, Vegeta. And so because of this, we'll need to go and continue to hit him again and again until something winds up in having to work within our favor out here against him. But then it was only just upon with Toro now being shown having to sense something that caught his attention that was seemingly emanating from Raigen's God King Mountain was when Toro then went on to quickly respond. Wait a minute, for could it be? Yes, but of course. As not only can I go and sense Lord Raigen's presence as clear as ever while up there, but, well, if my assumptions are to go and be proven true with what I'm able to sense that is also there with him, then surely that must mean... Right then, for I now know on what needs to be done, Toro says. Yes, but of course, for this couldn't have come at a far greater time than having it happen right now, and so I'll need to hurry, Toro takes off by responding. Oh, Vegeta, hurry! We can't go and let someone like him get away with everything that he's done, Goku shouts, and so we'll need to go and hurry and follow him up there before it's too late, and so now let's go and try to finish him off while he's weakened before he goes and does something to completely change that. But then, it was just within this very moment now, just seconds before Toro was shown having to finally reach Raijin, as both Beerus and Brohan were then shown having to join Goku and Vegeta in pursuit of Toro, was when Beerus then went on to quickly interject by responding. Then just what exactly happened out here while me and the Fusion were away, Saiyans? As I would like to know on why the last of those Dark Masters hasn't already been destroyed by now, and better yet, Beerus continues, is why exactly is it starting to get harder for me to breathe while having to go and make my way up this mountain, and why is the gravity getting heavier and heavier as we continue to get closer?
Y'all about to meet that nigga.
There,
He's strong.
Responding, well, I'm not really too sure on why things are starting to change the higher we continue to climb, but while we're up here, Goku adds, we have to hurry because we can't go and let that monster go and try to capitalize on any opportunity that he's afforded while up here, and so we'll need to try to go and hurry it up and fast because he could be luring us into some kind of a trap, and so stay on guard, you guys. Oh, the delightful irony, but at long last, Raijin says, with all three configuration cubes now finally within my possession, now comes the moment of absolute truth in finding out once and for all on what exactly lies beyond the known multiverse, and if there just so happens to exist many more worlds and realms that go far beyond this one, for if this very concept itself turns out to be true, then I am going to ensure that each and every single one of them are to go and be ruled over by my hand and my hand alone, to which as Toro was then shown having to finally reach Raijin was when Toro then went on to quickly shout, Master Raijin, I come to you with an urgent plea, for your presence is desperately needed, for the mortals have gained significant grounds over our legions below, and yet your first instinctive action, Raijin quickly interrupts, was to go and bring those troublesome little insects onto my front doorstep here. Why, Toro? With Toro responding,
oh shit, Toro done fucked up.
Now that I can go and see that with all three of the configuration cubes collected, since we have already lost too many of our own while having to wage this battle against these mortals down there, I hereby come to you in honor of your lordship here, Sire, Toro says, as we are in desperate need of your aid in helping us destroy these creatures, because if they continue to rise in both ranks and numbers, Toro says, for I hereby come to you in honor of your lordship here, Sire, for we are in dire need of your aid here in helping us destroy these creatures, because if they continue to rise in both ranks and numbers, then they will only further go and hinder us in having to go and take the lead in this battle here against them, and so I humbly ask that you help me, Lord Raijin. But then, it was only just upon with our heroes now having to all be shown having to land on top of Raigen's God King Mountain was when Goku then went on to quickly respond, whoa, this place feels like an entirely different dimension altogether here, because, wow, Man, this gravity feels intense, but it looks like we've got much bigger problems to worry about here because look. Oh, the cubes! But how did he go and manage to get the last one if you had already promised us that that little demon boy wasn't going to go and betray us, Kakarot? Because now this is all your fault for going and making matters worse for all of us than they already were before we had even landed here, Kakarot.
That's because his dumbass went to the
Toro
demon realm.
responding, and right on time you are, for now you rodents have went and done it. But now that you are all here, it is time for us to go and set the record straight in delivering onto the promises that were already made, Toro continues, long before you worms were ever even dragged into facing us here within the demon realm. For Lord Raijin and I will hereby go and show you no mercy while we force you all to go and beg for your
That nigga Raijin don't fuck with you, Toro.
within the process, with Raijin responding, "Oh, are we now? Well, what a very interesting thing that you would go and say here, Toro, and especially while claiming to go and speak on my behalf for me without my approval and having to go and do so. But even now, while I can see on why you went and had brought them here, now I know on exactly what it is that I will need to go and do from this moment onwards," with Toro responding, "Yes, my master, for now we can go and extinguish the flames of the rebellion and destroy them altogether, for no longer will your authority be put into question, and because of this, I am hereby ready to go and annihilate these vermin alongside with you whenever you are ready to go and give me the orders, my lord," with Raijin responding, "Well, actually,
Oh,
Toro,
Raijin is
since I
sold.
already have you here, and since I also have everything that it was in which I had been searching for, you had actually went and given me a far better idea than the one that you had just presented, and just in case if you were already wondering as to what that was, well, you no longer have to go and wonder, because maybe this ought to be what goes and speaks for itself, demon." To which it was only shockingly enough now, with Raijin being shown having to completely impale Toro from behind and having to now hold on to his heart while Toro was shown then having to turn around, was when Toro then went on to respond, "Master Raijin, well, why would you deliberately go and turn your back on me like this? Did you really believe that your role as being the esteemed leader of the Dark Masters was going to be something that I was going to allow and having it last indefinitely?" Raijin questions. Because
Raijin really
simply
couldn't.
put, it wasn't, for your services were merely convenient, along with simply having it serve as being a means to an end and nothing more, demon. As from the very moments that you had arrogantly went and claimed leadership within my absence was the very moment where you had unknowingly sealed your fate against me,
Damn.
Toro. And as your pitiful pride had always disgusted me, and truthfully, Raijin continues, and I have waited eagerly for this exact moment to go and plunge my very hand through your treacherous little black heart of yours.
You
But
put
I
the
do
whole hand in
fact
you.
actually want for you to know one last thing before you are destroyed here, which is simply to say that in the end you were nothing more than a disposable pawn of mine who was useful to me in every single way that I needed for him to be until the very end. And since you are now no longer of any real use to me anymore, all this simply just means is that you were always expendable, with Goku responding, "Man, I knew that Raijin was utterly terrible to begin with, but this is just on a whole different level of crazy."
Yeah,
because
Raijin-
talk about
Raijin wild.
wickedness. For he had just went and turned against his very own kind now, and he did it without even having to bat an eye about it either. But what do you guys think, Goku questions? Because from the looks of it, I have a really bad feeling about this right now. And what's even more alarming is that I can't seem to go and spot Whis anywhere around here, which only now makes me wonder if something happened to him while we were down there and battling against his army the entire time. With Beerus then chiming in, "Well, that should already be obvious enough by now if you haven't already went and noticed, Goku. But more importantly than having to go and watch that monster slay his very own is how exactly did he go and manage to lay claim over that final configuration cube if that demon boy had went and promised us to go and keep it as far away from that Raijin as he possibly could?" Beerus questions. Because that right there doesn't look to be far away from me. If
This nigga
he
brought
already
it to
has
the
all
demon
three of
realm.
them.
I don't know
So
why
what are
his
we
dumb
going
ass
to
did
go
that.
and do if he's willing to go and destroy his own kind in hopes of having to go and keep it? Oh, damn it. And so now what do we do? With with Raijin then having to quickly respond, "And since your services will no longer be needed, then allow for me to go and take this moment here between us to send you off in the most memorable way possible. In going and having your sacrifice be what ultimately results in the destruction of our opposition here. As I had went and had warned you once before that this was going to happen upon my initial return when I was set free," Raijin continues. "And now that you are no longer needed in having to go and make yourself useful towards my very cause here, then perhaps this broken vessel that you call a body of yours can be of use to me one last time, as I want for you to go and leave an everlasting impact on those little worms by going as far as to remind them on exactly why they will never win this war against me, no matter how many of them there are who go and gather together in trying to go and do so," Raijin says. To which it was only just then within these very moments now as Raijin went as far as to unleash a gigantic energy blast that was then shown having to make its way hurtling towards our heroes was when Whis went on to appear in front of everyone by quickly shouting, "Quickly now everyone, brace yourselves from within my barrier and fast, because we only have a few seconds left, and so just hold on and prepare for impact," Whis shouts. As I don't have the time, nor do I just so happen to have the patience in going and wasting these precious moments in delaying my destiny any longer, Raijin went on to then quickly chime back in. "And so whether you are destroyed or whether you are somehow lucky enough to go and find a way to survive, none of it matters to me, especially not while I have these to look forward towards. As I do not concern myself with those who are peons that rank beneath me," Raijin continues, "because they too will soon be dealt with once I go and get the answers in which I have been seeking, for I have waited eons in having to go and see this very moment through by holding these relics within my possession," Raijin continues, "and with my most troublesome enemies locked away and as these little insects continue to stagger, let us now go and learn the truth behind why these were kept as far away from me as they were," Raijin continues, "in going and discovering the truth on if there is something far greater that waits for me on the other side," as it was only right then and there now during that moment where the Beyond Dragon Ball Super Story of the Dark Masters, the official Murno sequel, manga chapter number 49 special, then comes to a close.
Well, actually, I'll go ahead and take it from here as...
Alright, shout out to Unreal Gaming for that video, man. That was fire. Fire. This, man. I can't wait to the next one. Cause it's about to get real. I bet it's about to get real active on the next one, man. So check out the last chapter for this one. The reaction for this one. And yeah, and I'll catch y'all next time. Alright, y'all. Look. I think I gotta go do something. Let me see. Shout out to everybody that came out for this live. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do this again tomorrow at 4 or 5 o'clock. So we're gonna do it again. And you know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me make sure my screen big. You know what I'm saying? I got the internet figured out. I got the lagging figured out.